At this time, we are ready to begin our program. Would you please take your seats? Okay, at this time, we're ready to begin our program. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the presentation and posting of colors by the Apache County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. The singing of the national anthem will be performed by Alea Bob and Layla Tom.
No, don't be son de sons, na bayet ayat, beta winnie go den it in, nich in the dani hibalini. I go benanida, bazita holodi, hey, I bet I see her sin. Tony Hadas and Tosninden, Toshi so Vessenelgo, Danat Ahos Ando, Nekea Big Egi, God Hojon, Nahazli.
Thank you, Alea and Layla, and the members of the Apache County Sheriff Honor Guard. You may now be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm, hearty welcome to all our cherished friends, special guests, and family gathered here today at St. Michael's Indian School. I am delighted to introduce myself as Dominic Brown. Today, I am truly privileged to stand before you as one of the co-masters of the ceremony, alongside my talented classmate, Journey Burnside. Together, we shall guide you through this momentous occasion. It fills me with immense pride to be a part of a remarkable event as we come together to commemorate the graduating class of 2024. Today marks the 74th commencement ceremony of our beloved school. Founded by St. Catherine Drexel in 1902, St. Michael's Indian School continues to be operated with dedication by the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. Just pause for a moment and absorb the magnitude of the school's history. It is nothing short of extraordinary. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you joining us today. Let us rejoice and embrace the spirit of this joyous occasion as we honor the achievements of our fellow graduates and pay homage to the rich legacy St. Michael's Indian School, a testament of vision and enduring commitment of St. Catherine Drexel and the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce all of you to our principal, Ms. Tazba Yazi, who will graciously begin our ceremony. Please join me in warmly welcoming Ms. Yazi.
Yat bene, She'e Tazbayazi Inisha, Odakojanishle, Deshchini Bashishchi, Tapahan Dashache, Donakai Dashanella. Seotso a de Nasha, Shema A Yolanda Yaza will ya, Shaja A Henry Shorty Jr. will ya. Good morning. My name is Tazbayazi, and it is my pleasure to welcome you. It has been my privilege to be the principal of St. Michael Indian School. Along with our wonderful faculty and staff, many who couldn't join us in person here today, but are watching or listening, we share in the celebration of the class of 2024. Let's give them a round of applause. "13 years ago, each of you walked into kindergarten classrooms with curiosity, joy, and eagerness to learn. I have known you all graduating today throughout my years at SMIS. It fills my heart to see all of you grow into young men and women here today, while at the same time it is bittersweet to watch you becoming alumni of SMIS. It is a blessing to stand before you, friends, families, teachers, alumni, school supporters, and community members today and share this joyous occasion to recognize your achievements and declare you graduated from St. Michael Indian School. Let me remind you though, even though you've graduated and will go on your own paths, remember you will always be a part of our Cardinal family. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament, the Board of Directors, the administration, President Dot Tesso, Assistant Principal Velma Begay, School Chaplain Father Peter Short, Vicar General, Moderator of the Curia of the Diocese of Gallup, Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren, and the class of 2013, Brooke Morin. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2024.
Thank you, Ms. Yazzie. At this moment, we kindly request the presence of Father Peter Short, our school chaplain, who will now lead us in invocation. We kindly ask everyone to remove your hats and rise in reverence for this sacred moment of prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord our God, in your wisdom and love, you surround us with the mysteries of the universe. In times long past, you sent us your prophets to teach your laws and to bear witness to your undying love. You sent us your Son to teach us by word and example that true wisdom comes from you alone. Send your Spirit upon these graduates and fill them with your wisdom and blessings. Grant that they may devote themselves to your service and share what they have learned from others. Grant this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Father, for that moving prayer. Just this week, our remarkable graduates were honored with their well-deserved academic, athletic, and extracurricular awards at the esteemed Senior Awards and Alumni Breakfast. Today, it is with great anticipation that we look forward to the presentation of the highest regard awards of class of 2024, as well as 3 other special awards, which will be delivered by Assistant Principal Ms. Velma Begay. Principal Yazzie will be joining her in acknowledging the outstanding achievements of our students.
It is with great pleasure that we gather here today to recognize two of the most esteemed honors bestowed upon a high school student, the title of valedictorian and salutatorian. The valedictorian is an individual who stands at the pinnacle of academic excellence, represents the embodiment of hard work, dedication, and intellectual ability. This sought-after title is not merely a recognition of outstanding grades, but a reflection of a student's unwavering commitment to learn leadership and personal growth. As we explore the criteria that define a valedictorian, let us remember that this title is not merely a label, but a testament of the extraordinary accomplishments and unwavering dedication of an exceptional student. It is the embodiment of a well-rounded individual who excels academically, displays remarkable character, and leaves a permanent impact on the school community. Please join me in welcoming Brandy Delguy to the stage to accept her valedictorian medal. Now we will recognize another remarkable achievement, the salutatorian. The salutatorian, like the valedictorian, is a student who has demonstrated outstanding academic performance and personal growth throughout their high school journey. The salutatorian, the second highest academic achiever in the graduating class, represents the embodiment of excellence. This remarkable individual has consistently demonstrated exceptional academic performance, consistently earning high grades, and exhibits a passion for learning. Today, let us come together to honor and celebrate the salutatorian who, through their exceptional academic achievements and personal growth, has left a permanent mark on our school and serves as an inspiration for future generations. Malika Ferreira, please come forward to receive your Medal of Recognition. Now we turn our attention to three distinguished awards that hold special significance in recognizing the legacies of remarkable individuals who have left a permanent impact on our school community. These awards pay tribute to an enduring influence of St. Catherine Drexel, Sister Mary Honora, and Sister Catherine Barrett. It is with immense gratitude that we acknowledge the generous support of Ease Fund, a long-standing education partner dedicated to the advancement of the well-being of our youth. The recipients of these awards are not only exceptional in their academic achievements, but they also embody the values and ideals cherished by the inspiring individuals in whose honor these awards are bestowed. The Sister Catherine Barrett Award. Sister Catherine Barrett held responsibilities as principal of St. Michael High School from 1979 to 1989. In the early 1980s, with declining enrollments and fiscal constraints, the closing of St. Michael High School became an imminent possibility. Sister Catherine marshaled the support of the community in persuading the General Council of the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament in sustaining the continuance of the school as a resource for Navajo youth. This award is given to a student for service and loyalty to the school community. The 2024 recipient is Kason Leister. Our next award is the Sister Mary Honora Award. Sister Mary Honora served as a dynamic example of the pioneer spirit of the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament. She arrived at St. Michael Indian School in October 1910 and served her beloved Navajo for 50 years until her death on August 12, 1962. Her mortal remains rest in the Sister Cemetery adjacent to the gym right up here. She was a friend to Chief Dodge and Father Anselm and to other tribal leaders and Franciscan missionaries. This award is given to a student who is reverent in the traditions and culture of the Navajo and other peoples within the school community. The 2024 recipient is Shayla Myers. Our last award is the St. Catherine Drexel Award. St. Catherine Drexel, foundress of the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament, established St. Michael Indian School in 1902 as an index of her commitment and Christ-like devotion to the oppressed in American society. Through her inspiration, Catholicism enhanced the land without subverting the profound spirituality and elegant traditions of the Navajo. This award is given to a student who honors a commitment to personal dignity and respect for the rights of others. The 2024 recipient is Osceola Denny. May these awards inspire your graduating seniors to continue making a positive difference in the world as they carry forward the torch of their remarkable predecessors. Thank you.
Now, it is with great anticipation and pride that we begin the much anticipated segment of our ceremony, the speeches of our esteemed salutatorian and valedictorian. Let us lend them our unwavering attention and applause as we embark on this momentous part of our celebration. Please put your hands together for Malika Ferreira, 2024 salutatorian.
Yat e bine she Malika Ferrer Yinche, Senajini Nishle, Ziklani Bashichin Kiani e Dashacheado Hawaii e Dashanale. Jithia si de Nasha. Good morning, graduates, proud families, friends, faculty, and staff. My name is Malika Ferrer, and it is an honor to be named this year's salutatorian of the class of 2024 of St. Michael Indian School. I know how we all dislike long speeches, so I will try to keep this short. First and foremost, congratulations to this year's graduating class of 2024. We finally did it. I want to say thank you to our teachers for all your years of time and effort given into molding our minds. And to thank you for your guidance, patience, and most importantly, the encouraging words of wisdom. Your lessons and words of wisdom will not be forgotten as we hope to share them one day too. There are nearly not enough words to say how grateful we are, but thank you. To my mom, you've been my day one. Sorry. And your endless love, support, and sacrifices are more than I can ask for. Thank you for everything you've done in helping me accomplish my goals. None of this would be possible without you. And I might not be so ready to leave you, but one thing is for sure is that you gave me everything I needed to be ready to take those next steps in my life. Thank you, Mom. I love you. To my family sitting out there in the crowd today and who are not here, thank you for your love and support in making me who I am today. And finally, thank you to all the proud parents, families, friends that are all here supporting the graduate today. Thank you for all your hard work and supporting them throughout their journey. To my fellow graduates, I wasn't sure what I should say to all of you today, but one thing is for certain is I wanted to say that the rest of our story does not stop here. Instead, today marks the end of this journey to continue the rest of our stories. Safe to say, we have all survived the long weeks, the assignments that were due before the class ended, and the tests that we might have not known what we were doing on them. But now, let's take a moment to realize that we did it. Take it in. This is the last time we'll ever sit here together, and we will never be graduating high school again. We have waited for this moment since we came back our sophomore year. Half of our years have been defined by a worldwide pandemic, and it has not been easy. But since then, we have prayed for its quick delivery so we could be done with high school and be out on our own. Now that the day has come and we're graduating, it seems now all we want to be is little again. We miss having those extra minutes of recess, those small breaks for nap and snack time, but most importantly, we miss not having the feeling of emotions of fear and uncertainty for what the future might hold. As we enter this new chapter of our lives, let's think about the question you've been asked a million times. What do you want to be when you grow up? Many of us have probably answered with answers like, I am going to be a teacher or I am going to be a doctor. But what you might not realize was that it all started with I am. Let's go back to that mindset. As we embark on our own journeys, reflect. Think back to that little you and how proud they would be of you if you continue to have that mindset and accomplish your goals. And no matter what challenges you face, whether it was the ups and downs, that doesn't change the fact that you are still sitting here today in your caps and gowns and ready to walk this stage. You now have this opportunity to continue writing your own story with a fresh start. So embrace it and walk through it with your head high. Each and every one of you have earned this. Now let's continue to move forward, as the future is now yours to create. Lastly, thank you for the unforgettable memories, laughs, and friendships. You have all made my high school years a great one. Thank you.
Yat e Brandy Dalgayanisha, touching in the Shlin, Tabahim Bashichin, Toricini Deshichem, Aldo Sanjikina Deshinelin. Good morning, teachers, staff, students, and parents. My name is Brandy Dalgai. I first off want to thank you for joining us today in honoring and celebrating the graduating class of 2024. It's an incredible honor to stand before you today as I present this speech. I have to say, though, this speech was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to write, because I realized in the midst of it that this is one of the biggest speeches I will ever have to give in my entire life, that it reflects me not just as a student at St. Michael's, but as an individual. Another reason why this speech was so hard for me to make was because I had so much I wanted to say. I have heard so many great speeches throughout my life, each unique in their own way, but each speaker would share a part of themselves to the rest of society. Today, I wish to do the same, as I share with you a part of my life and my journey as valedictorian. So get comfortable because this is pretty long. Around this time last year, I found out I was ranked at the top of my class. I was so thankful, but yet overwhelmed. Because if you don't know, my oldest sister, Brooke Morin, our guest speaker today, was salutatorian of her class in 2013. And my oldest brother, Tyree Delgai, was a valedictorian in 2017. And my other older brother, Deshaun Delgai, was also valedictorian of his class in 2022. So, of course, there's no pressure. But despite all of this, it didn't really faze me, because I felt this pressure from the beginning of my freshman year of high school, pressure that made me set high expectations as an academic student. I convinced myself that if I got an A, or if I got below an A, I was already failing. If I got a C, I was the worst person in the world. I thought I was defined by my grade, or my GPA, and it was a roller coaster that consistently happened until December of my senior year, a moment that has continued to shape my life and my family's. Gosh, I'm sorry. On December 24th, 2023, Christmas Eve, my grandpa, Sandoval Jesus, passed away. This has turned my life upside down. I was sad, I was heartbroken, but most of all, I was lost. Because when you have someone that has been with you your entire life, that has been at every sports event and an academic achievement, from seeing them every day to now only seeing the pictures on the wall, it changes you. It changed me so much, I closed the deepest part of myself to everyone that surrounded me. I told myself that the only way to be strong was to not cry. And I didn't want my family and my friends to worry about me. It was then I stopped caring about my schoolwork and my performance in classrooms. On some days, I wouldn't even engage in discussions with my friends and my peers. I shoved myself down a very dark path. But I remember something my mom always says to us. Ego. You have to be the one to change. No one can do it for you. You're not going to be alone, of course, but if you want to change, you have to be the one to do it. So that's what I did. I changed for my friends, for my parents, for my grandma, and for myself. Looking back, this is one of the biggest adversaries I've ever had to face, and I'm sure for my classmates and for everyone else here, it hasn't been that easy as well, as we came across our own challenges. Challenges like COVID-19, the years-long pandemic, the loss of a loved one, and the falling effects that still haunt us. But if there's something that I've learned these past couple of years, it's the strength that we have as a class and as individuals. It's so fascinating seeing how we've grown to be such young adults, from playing soccer during lunch in 5th grade to now getting a job and going to college. It's a huge milestone that we have accomplished. So, whatever you have planned for the future, whether you want to work or go to school, it's okay. Because we're all on our own timeline and at our own pace. And I know that whatever you have planned for, that it is the best option and decision for you. At this time, I want to give my appreciation to the people in the community that has shaped me to the person I am today. First, thank you to the teachers and staff at St. Michael's for the ongoing support of the students and for letting us, as young Native Americans, express our culture and our traditional heritage. Also, thank you to the coaches, and of course, our bus driver, Mr. Curley, for the wise words and humorous stories. You shared with me to my teammates and I, so they will continue to stick with me all throughout my next adventure. I want to thank my friends, my besties, for continuously making me laugh and for just being there, supporting me in sports and academics. Next, I want to thank my siblings and my brother-in-law. You have paved such a beautiful road, both for me and for yourselves. No one really understands the struggles of being the youngest. I mean, we get spoiled here and there, but we also have to see our older siblings, our best friends, leave, one by one. It goes from a big and noisy house to a noisy and empty one. But I honor and respect the achievement you have made and accomplished. Thank you for being such amazing role models. Lastly, I want to give a special thank you to my parents and my grandparents for the sacrifices you have made, the support and love you have showered me in, bringing me to school and practices, attending every single game, and the late 2 a.m. talks. I appreciate these things most of all. And I am incredibly proud to be a daughter and a granddaughter of such wonderful people. So, thank you for being there for me, and I love you guys. You are the reason I stand here today. As a clear representation of all the love, of all you've done for me, not just for me, but for Brooke, Ty, and Sean. I really couldn't have done it without you and your unwavering love and endless support. I'm sorry if this speech prolonged more than you'd like, but there are just so many things to say and so many people to thank. But if there's one thing to remember from this speech, it's that our time here is precious. Life is too short to be taken for granted. We shouldn't dwell on our mistakes, but learn from them and go forward. As my grandpa used to say, whatever happened, happened. It's in the past, forget about it. Just focus on what lies ahead. Thank you again for your time and attention. And lastly, to the graduates, we made it. Through all that hard work, stress, and occasional tears, we made it to this day. However, it's not over yet, because there'll be even more work, more stress, more tears, but we'll find a way to push forward. I hope you all have a safe trip back home. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thank you, Brandy. Those words shared by our graduates today have been incredibly powerful and resonating. Now, I would like to pass the microphone over to Journey Burnside, our co-master of ceremony, who will guide us through the second half of our commencement ceremony.
Thank you, Dominic, for leading our program thus far. Yate Shea Journey Burnside Yanishya, Tachini Nishna, Hashklishni Bushichin, Topahan Dashache, Debeth Bajina Dashanale, Akwatao Dene Atsanin Nishna. Over the past years, if you have been following our streams or had the pleasure of attending our events, you would have undoubtedly witnessed the incredible musical talents of our choir. Today, I invite your attention to the right, where you will see a group of talented SMIS students spanning from elementary to high school, all prepared to grace us with a captivating performance. Under the guidance and leadership of Miss Jamie Adams, our choir is ready to mesmerize us with their rendition of the timeless classic, It's the Climb. To accompany them, we have the talented Mr. Joseph Carrier providing musical accompaniment. I kindly request your undivided attention as we direct our focus to the choir, ready to be enthralled by their harmonious voices and captivating performance.
I can almost see it. That dream I'm dreaming, there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost in no direction. struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking,
sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. We may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on.
there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes we're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes we're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Thank you to our choir. Please join me in giving these young performers another round of applause. We are now privileged to listen to the insightful words of our distinguished guest speaker, Ms. Brooke Mormon. Brooke is an esteemed member of the St. Michael's Indian School community, having graduated from our school in the class of 2013. Currently, she serves as an Assistant Director of Development at ASU Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law. After graduating from St. Michael's Indian School in 2013 as salutatorian, Brooke went on to Arizona State University, where she received her bachelor's in Applied Business Data Analytics and Organized Leadership. She is currently pursuing a Master of Legal Studies with an emphasis in business law at ASU, Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law. Brooke had the honor of serving as Miss Indian ASU 2015 to 2016 with a platform that brought awareness of domestic violence. Since 2018, Brooke has been working in various capacities at nonprofits such as ASU Foundation, Navi Nation, St. Michael's Indian School, and the University of North Dakota Alumni Association and Foundation. Earlier this spring, Brooke accepted the role of Assistant Director of Development at ASU Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law. Brooke, her husband Clay, and their two dogs, Bella and Brownie, have now moved from Grand Forks to Phoenix, Arizona, and are thrilled to be closer to home. It is with great pleasure I introduce Miss Brooke Morin.
Ya te she Brooke Morin and she touching the shlon tapa him bashin twitting the she belagan the chanela shamado shaja Sandra Do Pachadelga Wolia Ado Stanley Overturfolia. Good morning, everybody. As mentioned, my name is Brooke Morin. I am the proud wife to Clay Morin, who is from Belcourt, North Dakota. No one knows where that's at. It's about half an hour south of the Canadian border in North Dakota. He's an enrolled member of the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa up there. I am the proud granddaughter to, Flora Jesus and the late Sandoval Jesus. I'm so emotional. My little sister's graduating, so don't mind the tears. And we probably should have shared speeches because what you were saying is what I was going to say too. But anyways, and my Nollies are Nellie and Ray Gilmore. So just thank you guys so much for being here, supporting your graduates, and thank you so much to the school, the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament, for even considering inviting me back here as guest speaker. To give you a little bit about who I was, a little more in depth about where I come from. So yes, after graduating from St. Michael's, I did go on to ASU and was accepted into Barrett in honors college. And I initially went in with a declared major in entrepreneurship. And then after taking my first class there, I realized that I wasn't ready. That wasn't my calling. So then I switched to Ira Fulton and did engineering there for 3 years, and then switched my major again, and then decided on graduating with the major I have now. So, and during my time at ASU, I, as the oldest, was always wanting to be in a leadership role. So I joined numerous clubs, and as mentioned, I decided to run for Miss Indian ASU. And some people ask, like, I didn't know you were into pageants. Like, you come from a sports family. I didn't know about pageants either, but what I saw was an opportunity to be an ambassador and a representative for not only ASU, but the Native community in and around the Phoenix metro area. So I want to share a story about my experience as a pageant, and the pageant, not to have you guys go for a title, but also to share that I went in, as I said, with no experience in pageantry. It was 4 of us, and the 3 other contestants were all previous title holders. I remember getting ready, and they were like, oh yeah, I was former junior Miss Tahata Atham. I was former Miss da-da-da-da-da. And they looked at me, they're like, what's your previous title? And I was like, oh, I play basketball? Like, I don't know what to tell you. And so then I looked at my mom, and I'm like, what am I doing here? But I knew that as long as I was staying true to who I was and was very passionate about my platform, I knew that I wanted to get this title, not only for myself, for my family, but also for the community. So I just went out there and I did the whole pageantry, just doing me. I had no time to listen to the other contestants. And so when it came time to announce the winner, I had no idea. I honestly thought I was gonna come in last place. I was like, I'll be fine with a participation certificate. And my name was called. I was so stunned on just given the opportunity. And with that title, I traveled throughout Arizona and throughout the country. I was invited by the White House during the Obama administration. I was flown out there and represented the indigenous community and got to meet face to face with the former First Lady Michelle Obama. And within those 5 minutes, I cannot tell you what we talked about because it just flew by so fast. But one thing I wanted to give her, and I told my mom this the night before, I said, Mom, I said, if I ever see Michelle Obama, if I get to talk to her, I was like, I'm gonna give her a piece of my jewelry. And my mom was laughing. She goes, no, you're not. Like, why would you, like, you're not gonna meet Michelle Obama. And I'm like, okay, maybe not, but it's just like something, I set a goal for myself. So when that moment came with talking to Michelle Obama about the challenges that the reservation is having here, who I am, where I come from, she was in awe of my turquoise that I was wearing. And I gave her a piece of my ring that my grandmother had just given me. And I shared to her what the turquoise means. And being Navajo, wearing turquoise, no matter where you go, wear your turquoise, be proud of where you come from. And she was just so stunned, and she was so surprised, and she wore it. So if you see her wearing a big cluster turquoise ring, you know who it came from. So you can tell her, that's who gave it to you. So that's a little bit about who I was, and then towards the end of my undergraduate career at ASU, I went ahead and did an internship at NABI Foundation, which is now NABI Nation, and there is where I really got a good introduction into what it means to be working in a nonprofit. Some who don't know what nonprofit is means that it's people who don't really have money, people who just donate to. It's more than that. I'm sure our athletes here know what the NABI tournament is. They do more than that. They help the younger community, the younger indigenous youth, find opportunities in academia. So I worked there as an intern, helping with a tournament in the youth summit as well. And then from there, I went on and came back here to St. Michael Indian School as a director of annual giving and alumni relations. And I wanted to give back to my community in a way that I knew was more impactful. And so as director of annual giving, I advanced all the initiatives, the programs here happening on campus. And so from there is where I met my husband, and I moved to North Dakota, to Grand Forks, North Dakota. And if anyone's familiar with the area, we're just an hour north of Fargo, North Dakota. And so went up there, was able to join UND Alumni Association and Foundation as the Associate Director of Development, do the same thing, fundraising for the university. And again, though I wasn't from that community, I knew that I wanted to give back to the students and scholarships and programs, whatever that may be. And so that's how I am, and that's where my journey is, and now we're moved back here. And one advice I've learned throughout my journey, graduates, is that when you come from a small school, like this is only 2 rows. I was telling my sister this morning, my graduation was only an hour. Whereas you go to Winderock, Naval Prep, all in there like 2-3 hours, and you see a long list of names. But here, this is what makes St. Michael's St. Michael's. And so when you go beyond these doors, you're gonna hear people, oh, how many was in your graduating class? People still ask me to this day, and I say 24 students. And they're like, wow, they're like, that's such a small class. So you're gonna learn, and this is what I wish someone told me, is that you're gonna learn once you go on to whatever adventure you are going into, these lecture halls, these student groups, they're gonna be a lot bigger than what you're used to here. But I wanna tell you, do not be afraid of who you are. You have the same right in that seat as a person sitting next to you, even if they came from a 6A school down in Phoenix. So, and that's one thing I still can carry on with me, is that St. Michael's has built me up to who I am today. And I'm truly grateful for the resources, the people here who have formed me into being the person I am today. And to kind of go back on the strength of the SMIS community, I see people now down in Phoenix, even outside of Phoenix, who ask me, hey, how's your parents doing? How's your sister doing? How's your brother doing? So I want you guys here, graduates, to know that your community is beyond your family. We're always gonna help each other out. So when you see each other, when you see someone wearing St. Michael's shirt, go say hi to them. Introduce yourself. Say, hey, I graduated from the class of 2024. You spoke at my graduation, or you spoke at my alumni breakfast. And as you heard from yesterday from Melissa's story, is the challenges that we faced. And one of the things she talked about was college is expensive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, it is expensive. But one thing you can do is apply to scholarships. If you don't know how to ask. I created a program, college virtual readiness program for students such as yourself to prepare for school. And my first student that went through and this is all for free. So parents, if you have students out there, send them my way. I'll be more than happy to help with them via Zoom. But anyways, my first student was able to go to ASU on a full ride Obama scholarship. Though I can't guarantee that happens every time, but that's just what it takes for someone who raises their hand and says, hey, I need help. How can you help me? I want to do this. I want to go here. And that's one thing I see, because when I was applying to colleges, I got accepted to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. And the cost of attendance was about $70,000 a year for tuition. And the flight back with my mom goes, you can buy a house after you're done with your undergrad if you go here. And so we talked about it. It was Georgetown or ASU. And so I decided ASU, not only because of financially, but to be close to home as well. And of course, with the resources ASU, NAU, and U of A all have. So don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask your parents, ask your siblings, ask your grandparents, your family, whoever. Someone will help you. You see everyone standing here today, they're all here to help you. Your lays that you're wearing, the jewelry that you're wearing, whoever got that for you. They love you. Who did your caps? Who beaded your caps for you? They love you. So they're there for you regardless. Call them at 2 a.m., 8 a.m. They're probably on their way to work, late probably, but give them a call. Say, hey, I'm struggling. And one thing I see with this year's generation is I want you guys to know that you are not alone. There are resources out there for you, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Don't be afraid to ask. I think as Navajos, we're embarrassed to ask can I go see a counselor? Can I go see a doctor? They're there for us for a reason. Now things are becoming virtual counselors, virtual doctors. Use those. If you have enough time to be on TikToks and scrolling, I'm sure you can take the time to reflect and ask for help. So don't be afraid to do that. And one of the things I want to ask you too, graduates, is to give thanks to the people who are here today on live, who are going to your grad parties, but who's just been there for you throughout your whole life. Who is someone that you can call and say, hey, I passed my exam today. Hey, I scored 10 points today. Those people mean a lot to you. And just be thankful for them. Because 10 years from now, where I'm at right now, you're still going to use them. And they'll be more than happy to help you in that way. And with this class is special. And I think everyone can agree is that this class is special. Because they went through challenges that none of us have ever experienced. And that is COVID. COVID forced everything in this world to stop for a second. Forced everything to be online. I can't imagine doing my high school online. And you guys think about your high school, parents, uncles, aunties, grandparents. Imagine not having a prom, a homecoming, basketball season, volleyball, sports seasons. Imagine having that all disappear. People are proud of their back-to-back state championships. Imagine not that even being an opportunity for our kids here. These kids overcame a challenge that I commend you for. You guys were able to adapt forcefully, but also successfully, because look at where you guys are here today. If you didn't, it would still be a struggle. And I want you guys to use that experience. What encouraged you in that morning when you had to log on at 8, 9 o'clock in your pajamas? What encouraged you to jump on that Zoom call? Because that's the same encouragement you need to use when you go to college for your 7:30 a.m. class. Why did I do this? You're doing it because of you. You're doing it because of your parents. You're doing it because of your community. So don't forget that. And with COVID, it forced everything to be online, so everything's more accessible. So I want you guys to continue to use that. And also, I think when thinking about this class, one word that came to mind about you guys is you guys are resilient. Resilient is what describes you guys the most to me. You guys didn't back down from the challenges that you faced. Getting back into the swing of things post-COVID, I can't even imagine that. I don't even know how many proms, dances, games you've had. It's probably half of what I've had. And I have a lot of great memories with those. And so I'm proud of you guys. If no one hasn't told you yet, I want you to sit here and tell you that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing what you have done and getting yourself here. Because once you walk off this stage, give yourself a pat on the back. Be proud of yourself. Today is a day to celebrate you. Some of these people are shy, these kids are shy. Be proud. Say, I did it. I did something that you didn't do, Mom and Dad. This is something that you can't take away from me. One thing my parents always told me is something that no one can take away from you is your diploma, your degree. They can rob your house, take your cars. That degree, that diploma is yours. That has your name on there. No one can be you. Unless you get married, you can change your name. But regardless, your birth certificate will always say, mine will always say Brooke Overturf. No matter how many times I try to change it, no matter if I bleach my hair, whatever, get Botox, whatever, I will always be me. The same with you guys. No matter how much you try to change yourselves, you're still going to be you. You're still going to be a representation of your family and of your community and of your tribe. So, with talking about community, I want to share the importance of what you guys mean to the community. You guys are what's carrying this community to the next level. You guys are the ones carrying on today's traditions and today's values. Your parents, your family are not sharing these Navajo or Native American traditions with you for nothing. They want you to keep it and continue it on. So it's on you, it's up to you to continue to keep our culture alive. And one of the ways that with giving back and helping the community is what I like to call the 3 T's. The 3 T's of ways you can give back to the community is time, talent, or treasure. Time. You can come back to the community, you can be a teacher, you can work at the tribe, you can work at NTUA, you can be a babysitter for your auntie who has 6 kids, whatever it is. That is what you call time, giving back your time to the community. Talent. When you go out and get your degree, your engineering degree, accountant, doctor, coming back here and using that is what you call using your talent. What you know best and what is your passion is how we can use your talent here. Not only at St. Michael's, but within the community. And treasure. Treasuring is giving back financially. It doesn't have to be $10, it can be $5, because you guys are what carries on this, this community to the next level. So I want you guys to remember that. Now, in closing, I want to share some words of wisdom and going forward, is that when I was younger, I live on Black Rock Road. Everyone knows where Black Rock Road is at. See people zooming by all the time, but besides that, I'm sitting on my porch and I look up and you see clear blue skies like today. And I always used to see airplanes going by. And my mom would ask me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I just wonder where they're going, you know?" And that's what made me want to travel. And I want you guys to do that as well. I've done study abroad. I've gone to Italy for a summer. I've traveled everywhere from the West Coast to the East Coast. I've lived in the Midwest. I want you guys to all do that. Set a goal for yourself. Even if it's going to Albuquerque, go see somewhere new. Because when you go out there, you'll learn how special this place is. I visited reservations, small tribes, who don't have the necessities that we have. Some of them are joining tribes together. We're over here, 500,000. I don't know what the enrollment is, President, but we're over here 500,000. My husband's tribe is smaller than St. Michael's community. His reservation is called 6 by 12, 6 miles by 12 miles. I'm like, I think that's just bashes. I don't know. That's just the fairgrounds. So there's places like that that I've seen with my own eyes that made me realize, wow, home is not that bad. And I come back here and I'm like, wow, we have bashes, we have a Starbucks. I'm like, it's just the smaller things I think we take for granted. So that's why I tell you guys, go travel. Even if it's not international, go travel, go meet new people. So when you go on to your next adventure, go meet someone new. I know it's easy to stick to the natives, which is great. I have native friends too from college. But go meet someone new. Say, "Hi, my name is Brooke. I am from the Navajo Nation. Where are you from?" I have friends from all different ethnicities. That's how you learn about the world today. And I'm still great friends with them too. And I want you guys, while you're traveling, try new experiences. But be careful, of course. Don't be sky jumping and all that stuff, but do something new. Try something that you've always wanted to do. And always remember that life is too short. As my sister mentioned of our story of my grandfather, that was a true definition, a true time when I learned that tomorrow is not promised. Yeah, people tell you, oh yeah, just remember that tomorrow's not promised. Until you experience what we experienced, we had just talked to my grandfather an hour before he passed, not knowing what was gonna happen. So tomorrow is not promised. Hug your loved ones, graduates. Hug them tight, especially if you have your grandparents. Because I would do anything right now to hug my grandpa, and I know he would do anything right now to hug my little sister. So hug your family, hug your friends. Don't be afraid to say, "I love you." Every time me and my family talk, we always say, "Okay, all right, love you, bye." And my husband, he goes, "Why do you say love you?" And I'm like, that's just what we do. That's how we share our love for each other. So break down that boundary and be expressive of how you feel, because tomorrow is not promised. And doing that, carry your culture, whatever tribe you represent, who you represent, carry that. Like I said, I wear turquoise. to show of who I am, but I'm also Italian. My dad is Italian. So that's why I talk with my hands if you can't tell. So they're probably like, what is she doing? Look, I'm in the choir, huh? So yes, be proud of who you are. Speak your language, graduates. If you don't know, ask your family. I still ask my parents. I asked my grandma the other day, how do you say cell phone? Don't ask me, I kind of forgot it already, but just, ask stuff like that. Ask them, hey, how do you introduce yourself? What's my clan again? Remember your clan. That's how you identify yourself as a person. And lastly, I want to remind you graduates is that home will always be here. And I've learned that with all the traveling I've done, is that home will always be here. My mom says that wherever your belly button's buried at, that's where your home is. And so she is true, that is my home. And I want you guys to do that. Go out there. Yeah, you might live in Texas, New York, but this will always be your home. So go out and travel, and no matter where you go in this world, is that this place will always be home. And I wish you guys all the best in your adventures. I'm always a resource. The school's always a resource. And always know that you have people here lifting you up when you fall down. So safe travels, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Brooke and her inspiring words. Your insights have resonated deeply with us, and we appreciate your valuable lessons you have shared. As I take notes for my upcoming senior year, your wisdom will undoubtedly guide me and my fellow students. Now we come to a cherished part of our program, the Giving Thanks segment. This beautiful tradition, which originated years ago, holds a special place in our hearts and remains a highlight of our ceremony. It is during this time that our students have the opportunity to express their gratitude and appreciation to the special individuals in their lives. Let us now turn our attention to Mr. Joseph Carrier, who will skillfully conduct the Giving Thanks portion of our program. May this precious time bring joy, gratitude, and an overwhelming sense of appreciation for the relationships that have shaped our students' high school experience.
Hello, everyone. I brought these myself. I was told, make sure you bring them, don't forget. And I had lost them briefly this morning, but I did find them. All right. I'm going to make one comment because Brooke got me emotional with her speech. Great speech, Brooke. Now that I'm a father, I've seen my job as taking a new dimension. And this is the 11th class of seniors that I've taught here. And now I see teaching partly as teaching future role models for my daughter as she gets older. And I can say that the class of 2024 is full of those role models. So I'm grateful. Jay will be giving flowers to his mother, Jamesita, his brother, Jason, his auntie, Tanya, and his grandma, Minnie. He's been at SMIS since kindergarten. His hobbies include sports, robotics, video games, and Legos. His favorite teacher, story, or influence. Favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier. He says he'll be going to NAU in the fall to study mechanical engineering, and his words of wisdom for underclassmen are, do your work. There is no need to get ineligible and miss games because of it. That's true. Also, enjoy every minute of high school. Like everyone says, it goes by quick, and it did so. Enjoy high school. Sorry. I quote Ferris Bueller, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Special thanks to my family and friends for helping me get through high school and supporting me. They've helped me through toughest times, and I appreciate it. So thanks to you all. Jaya Hasteen. Shaylee Allison. Shaylee will give flowers to Davita Allison, Caitlin Brown, Davery Allison, and Naomi Whitehair. She's been at SMIS since kindergarten, too. Her hobbies and interests include reading, coding, learning new things, talking, and spending time with her family and friends. She names as a favorite, thank you, and yeah, I didn't bring mine up. A favorite teacher influence is Carrier and his wise words, and seeing who got the Wordle faster, and also Singer and Millie's classes. I saw Millie DeSanctis over there. She worked with us for 10 years. Thanks for coming, Millie. What are your, her post-graduation plans, going to UNM and pursuing family law, her words of wisdom. If you can find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. I like that, that's good. Special thanks to my besties for helping me get through all the years, whether it be with work or making me laugh, and to my family for paying my tuition and helping me pursue my goals, and to my grandma Davita and my auntie Caitlin for stepping in as a mother figure for me. Shaylee Allison. Kale Antone. Kale will be giving flowers to Joni Lynn, Joanne, Eugene, and G-Lynn Sherlison. She's been at SMIS since kindergarten. Her hobbies and interests include reading, piano. She was in student council. She was a student ambassador. She likes to read, and she likes to build Legos. Legos are popular. I support that. A favorite teacher story, or favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier. He gives not only me, but my class endless encouragement, especially in piano when I didn't want to learn a new scale, but in his wise words, and I'm going to do an impression of myself, scales practice will only help you get better. You should never want to be perfect, because then there would be no room to grow and improve. Is that how I sound? I don't know. Post-grad plans. She plans to further her education at the UNM branch in Gallup and get her prerequisites finished, then major in business administration. Her words of wisdom. However strong you become, never seek to bear everything alone. If you do, failure is certain. That's a quote from Naruto. Any special thanks, her special thanks are all glory to God, who is able, through his mighty power at work within us, to accomplish infinitely more than we might ask or think. Amen. Kale Antone. Avery Begay. Avery will be giving flowers to her mother Christina, her aunt Tashina, her cousin Jordan, and her best friend, her Pookie Bear, the light of her life, Jade Foster. Avery's been here since kindergarten also. Hobbies include reading, running, sleeping. She was in cheer, soccer, cross country, track, National Honor Society. And she has interests including hanging out with Jade, gossiping with her, etc., rewatching Harry Potter, Gravity Falls, Criminal Minds, and her favorite teacher memory would be from junior year when Mr. Carrier's window fell open and he very monotonously said, "Oh, the ghost is back," and went straight back to teaching. Her post-grad plans, she plans to attend college, hasn't yet chosen whether to study criminal justice or law. Her words of wisdom are to remember due dates, don't be annoying, and don't procrastinate. It's not that hard. Yes, that is true. Special thanks to my homie Jade for being the Will Graham to my NBC Hannibal Lecter, and special thanks to Renee Tassini for being my cheer coach and always being there to support me through all the years you've known me. Avery Begay. Aaliyah Bob. Aaliyah will give flowers to Jan Michael Bob, Margaret Bob, Karen Tom, and Courage Tom. She started attending SMIS in elementary school. Her hobbies include beading, sewing, running, painting, choir, softball, soccer, and volleyball. A favorite teacher story, she has a few favorite teachers, including Mr. Carrier, Mr. Zah, who's also here. Hey, Mr. Zah. Miss Billiman, who I think is over here. There she is, and Miss Nez, who I know is here too. My favorite story is when Baja and I got Carrier and Zah with a water balloon on field day. I remember that, not fondly. They haunted us down the rest of the day trying to get revenge. We didn't really succeed either. She got away. Post-grad plans. I've committed to ASU College of Health Solutions, majoring in sports science and performance, looking forward to starting in the fall. Words of wisdom. Just because someone says you can't, turn around and prove them wrong. Special thanks to OC and Karen for pushing me to do my best, checking on me, letting me have my late night homework sessions. Thank you, Courage, for getting me ready. As always, I love you all so much. And thank you, Dad and Nolly, for being there every day for me. I love you. Aaliyah Bob. Dylan Bowman. Dylan will give flowers to Marilyn Morris, Lucy Bowman, and Sandy Wilson. He's been at SMIS since elementary school. His hobbies include playing games with friends and hanging out, going and relaxing in the trees nearby, and helping out at Mass. Dylan was a stalwart altar server for us. His favorite teacher story is from Mr. Green saying, "The more beat up your Bible is, the better your life is." Good quote. Post-grad plans, he's going to go work for the summer, and when the season ends, go to Coconino Community College and later NAU, and with a part-time job. His words of wisdom: do not procrastinate and help those who seem as if they need it. Special thanks to Mr. Carrier and Mr. Green, as they have taught me to go explore more of what is within my community and explore the world, as well as my parents. And this brings me to the lads I call my friends. Though goofy, they're good men who I hope achieve their own goals and have good lives ahead. Dylan Bowman. Baha Joni Klauschi. Baha will give flowers to Jacqueline Phillips, Jolanda Phillips, Jonathan Phillips, and Johansson Phillips. She started attending SMIS in high school, and her hobbies include reading, Legos, riding horses. She was also a cheerleader and likes to play volleyball for fun. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Zah. She plans to go to NAU in Flagstaff and study mechanical engineering. Her words of wisdom, which I don't know if I condone, but I will read them. If you're going to cheat, at least be wise about it. Her special thanks are to Nana and John for watching over me, and Nana, wearing pink isn't being a square. Thank you very much. Also, John is awesome. Bahajoni Klauschi. Brandy Dalguy. Brandy will give flowers to her mom, Sandra, her dad, Patrick, and the last two are for her grandma and grandpa. She's been at SMIS since kindergarten. She likes painting, reading, movies. She was a basketball and volleyball athlete, a part of student council, and NHS. She has two favorite teacher influences. First, Mr. Carrier for all his unintended wise words and his skull errors. The second is Miss Millie for all your crazy but humorous stories, and thank you for always putting the students first. She will attend ASU and major in anthropology while also attending the Barrett Honors College. Her words of wisdom for underclassmen: do your homework, study, and have fun. Special thanks to the teachers, the staff, the coaches, and of course Mr. Curley for all that you do for students at SMIS. And thank you to my friends, my besties, for making me laugh every day. And thank you to my parents, siblings, and grandparents for being there and supporting me. I love you. Brandy Dalguy. Osceola Denny. Osceola will give flowers to Kellen Denny, Estar Denny, James Connor, and Lena Denny. He's been at SMIS since kindergarten. He lists basketball, soccer, and track as hobbies. His favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier. His post-grad plans are to go to UNM to study history. His words of wisdom to underclassmen are, trust me, just do your work. Special thanks is to Mr. and Mrs. Lipke for showing me how fun history and biology are again. And also to Mr. Curley for always driving me to my games and driving me home on the bus. It means a lot and also shows how much you care for the school and its students. Stay young, big guy. Osceola Denny. Malika Ferreira. Malika will give flowers to Lavina, Misty, and Pearline. She started attending SMIS in middle school, and she enjoys reading, traveling, taking pictures, soccer and basketball. She was in student council and National Honor Society. Her favorite teacher influence is Mr. Carrier said something inspiring. All the times Mr. Carrier said something inspiring or motivational about life when we'd be reading. They were so good I started to make a list of these wide words to look back on and share one day. I'll have to see that list. I wonder what I've said. Thank you, Mr. Carrier, for sharing those words with us. Post-grad plans. She'll attend UNM and major in exercise science. Words of wisdom. Just because an assignment isn't due until a later date, don't put it off until the last minute. Start when it's assigned and you'll thank me later. Underclassmen, take note how many seniors are saying don't procrastinate. If it shows up this many times, there must be something to it. Special thanks to my mom. Thank you for everything. To my sister, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be at school every day and on time. To my family, thank you for supporting me. To my friends, thank you for making these past few years memorable. And finally, to my coaches and Mr. Curley, thank you for all your stories and your wise words. Malika Ferreira. Jade Foster. Jade will give flowers to Natasha, her mother, Sky, her sister, Mrs. Adams, her choir teacher, and Avery Begay, her best friend, her Pookie Bear, the light of her life. She started attending SMIS in middle school, and her hobbies include reading, sleeping, and being a hermit. She was in cheer, soccer, track, choir, and NHS, and her interests include hanging out with Avery, gossiping, watching the same shows over, and rotting in my room. Avery wrote that too. I didn't understand that. I think I'm starting to understand it. This favorite teacher story, the time Mr. Carrier made me clean gum out from underneath all the desks in his classroom with only a pair of safety scissors. And you know what, Jade? They looked great too. She will attend college, she hasn't chosen one yet, to major in biochemistry and minor in criminal justice. If that doesn't work, you'll find her at McDonald's. It's good to have a plan B. What are your words of wisdom? Don't forget to charge your Chromebook. Very good. And pile up on all your classes junior year. Trust me, you'll thank yourself. And don't believe anyone when they say these 4 years ago went by fast. They don't. Contrasting opinion. I like that. All right. Shout out to my homie Avery, the Johnny to my pony boy. Outsiders reference. Nice. Special thanks to my sister Sky for staying up late with me all those nights. And huge thanks to Miss Dempsey. Without her, I would have lost my phone, my AirPods, my laptop, my textbooks. She probably would have my diploma, too, if I lost that. Jade Foster. Cameron Hanley. Cameron will give flowers to Lorinda Damon, Bo Bennett, Araya Hanley, and Eric Hanley. She's been here since kindergarten. She loves to play sports, soccer, basketball, and softball. She says thank you to Mr. Carrier and Mr. Adams for encouraging and motivating me when I needed it. Her post-grad plans are to continue college basketball. You did a signing in here yesterday, didn't you, Cameron? Congrats, by the way. She gives special thanks to her family, coaches, and mentors for believing in her and helping her reach new opportunities. Cameron Hanley. Keith Hubbard. Keith will give flowers to his mom and his sisters, Zoe and Autumn, and also his grandma. He started attending SMIS in high school. His hobbies are cooking, outdoor activities, playing video games. He does Devotion to Mary Club, and he has done community service. His favorite teacher story, or teacher influence, was Mr. Green, my statistics and 3D design teacher. His classroom was where I felt excited going, because he had a lot of stories to share. Like one, for example, on how he talked about what it was like him being a student at SMIS. Mr. Green was great at teaching not just statistics, but also 3D design, making sure everyone was on the same page, helping others, including me, whenever we got stuck on a problem. Mr. Green has helped me a long way to get where I'm at, and so I'm happy I got to have his classes and get to learn a lot of things from him. Keith, his post-grad plans are to go to the Universal Technical Institute in Phoenix and study automotive. His words of wisdom are to manage your time well, build relations, and make sure to learn from your mistakes. And his special thanks are to his teachers, family, and friends for their support and encouragement. Keith Hubbard. Henry Johnson. Henry's giving flowers to his mom, his grandma Mildred, his grandma Beverly, and Anita. He started attending SMIS in high school. His hobbies are character animation and music production. His favorite teacher influence is Miss Brower for helping students who need extra time outside of class to catch up on their studies. For post-grad plans, will travel while attending Full Sail University online for computer animation. His words of wisdom are to help your future self out. Turn in your work. Henry Johnson. Anthony Kita. Kita will give flowers to Marcella Begay, Rinaldi Begay, Ariane Kita, and Marnelda Begay. He started attending SMIS in middle school, and his hobbies include walking, eating, going out with friends, skating, fishing, and spending time at home. His favorite teacher is Miss Brianna Nez. His post-grad plans are to go to college in Blanding, Utah as a heavy machine operator, and his words of wisdom are, enjoy these days as well as your youth. It only goes out the window when you let it. His special thanks. I thank my family for everything they've done for me to see me get to this point. Anthony Kita. Cairo King. Cairo will give flowers to his mother, Francelia, his father, Gerald, his grandmother, Eloise, and his brother, Trent. He's been here since elementary school. He enjoys zoning out, sleeping, cooking, and gaming. He was part of Devotion to Mary Club, Zero Robotics, and track for a bit. His favorite teacher influence, he said, I enjoyed Mr. Carrier's classes because he's very passionate about teaching students to see their creativity. He's going to attend the UNM to study medical laboratory sciences. His words of wisdom are, look at what you can do now rather than what could have been done in the past. And his special thanks, I would like to thank the teachers for putting up with me. You weren't so bad, Cairo. Cairo King. Kason Lester. Kason will give flowers to his mother, Sean Marie, his dad, Zachary, his grandma, Rita, and his sister, Jaden. He's been here since elementary school, and he enjoys video games, relaxing with family and friends. He says, I love the Catholic faith and learning more about it. I also love Catholicism lore. His favorite teacher is Mr. Green. His post-grad plans. This summer, I'll be going on a 9-week Catholic retreat with my buddy Keith. I'll also be going to Mexico for a week for Catholic pilgrimage. This fall, I'll be attending Coconino Community College in Flagstaff. Not sure what I'll study yet. His words of wisdom. Discover your true identity as a person of love. Discover faith. This leads to trust. Discover hope. This leads to victory. Discover love. This leads to God himself. Very nice writing, Kason. He's got more. Learn accountability. This leads to maturity. Learn forgiveness. This leads to unconditional love. Learn compassion. This leads to kindness. Learn self-control. This leads to gentleness. I invite you to learn to love as Christ loved, to discover the deepest form of love. There is no greater love than this. Do not be afraid to give your life to this. It's worth it. I want you all to know that you're all loved and appreciated. It doesn't matter what you've done or the mistakes you've made. Love covers a plethora of mistakes. Learn to love, and you will eventually grow as a person. Great words, Kason. And lastly, he gives special thanks. I would love to give thanks to my teachers and the staff that helped me out, and to my family and friends for pushing me and motivating me to work hard. Kason Lester. Sierra Manuelito. Sierra will give flowers to Jolanda Manuelito, Sue Manuelito, Alberta Curley, and LaShane Simeona. She's been at this school since kindergarten, and she enjoys basketball, softball, and soccer. Her favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier. Her post-grad plans are to continue her education in basketball at the collegiate level. Her words of wisdom for underclassmen. Embrace curiosity, seek challenges, and don't be afraid to fail. It's how you learn and grow. Her special thanks. I want to extend a special thank you to my incredible mom and my loving family for their unwavering support. Your encouragement and belief in me have been my guiding lights, helping me navigate through challenges and celebrate achievements. I'm endlessly grateful for your presence in my life. Sierra Manuelito. Shayla Myers. Shayla will give flowers to Dorothy Plummer, Paula Jim, Ivana Nez, and Ratana Yazi. She's been at SMIS since middle school. She lists softball as an extracurricular. Her favorite teacher story is Carrier and I telling each other how many guesses it took us to get the Wordle. Don't tell me what it is today. I haven't done it yet. Her post-grad plans are to attend college to study radiology technology, and her words of wisdom are to stay on top of your work. She gives special thanks to Mr. Carrier and Mr. Martin for making each day enjoyable. Shayla Myers. Mateo Morfin. Mateo will give flowers to Michelle Dotson, John Lynch, Delilah Orr, and Robert Morfin. He's been at SMIS since kindergarten. His hobbies include reading and gaming with his friends and family. His favorite teacher influence was Brother Andrew when he said they should beat me for my own good. That man was a sarcastic man, I will note that. His post-grad plans are, I'm going to be going to Fort Lewis College and studying health sciences. His words of wisdom. A river cuts through a rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. Very nice. Special thanks to Miss Dot, Mrs. Yazzie, and Mr. Adams for not kicking me out of school my junior year. Mateo, I'm very glad you were with us through graduation. I do want to say, I think we all are. Mateo Morfin. Anthony Nez. Anthony will give flowers to Marquita Nez, Lionel Patterson, Nicolette Nez, and Sarah Patterson. He started attending SMIS in high school. He lists basketball, track, and sleeping as hobbies. His favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier. He's going to go to Fort Lewis College and study business management. And I don't know if I'm going to say this word right. For words of wisdom, I don't know what it means either. Sorry, Anthony. He says it's never too late to start on Skibbity. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Special thanks to Mr. Curley and Mr. Denny for being my coaches and encouraging me every step of the way. Also, another thanks to those who pushed me to try new things. You know who you are. Anthony Nez. Autumn Shirley. Autumn will give flowers to Paulette, Lauren, Tyrone, and Aaliyah. She's been here since elementary school. Her hobbies include sports, reading, and watching movies. Her teacher, she says, the teacher that's always influenced me is Mr. Carrier with his motivating and wise words. As he always says, move with purpose, people. Thank you, Mr. Carrier. Thank you, Autumn. She's going to attend UNM in Albuquerque for nursing, and she would give a special thanks to her family and friends for supporting her through her high school experience. Autumn Shirley. Tatum Terry. Tatum will give flowers to her mom, Cheryl, her dad, Dwayne, her grandpa, Nettie, and her grandma, Martha. She started attending SMIS back in kindergarten. Her hobbies include going to the gym. Her interests are drawing, taking Polaroids, playing video games, and watching movies. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Jamie Adams. She plans to go to Pima Medical Institute for nursing. She says, I'd like to be a pediatric nurse and make my way up. Her words of wisdom are, take school seriously, but also have fun and don't rush to grow up. Enjoy your time with those around you and put yourself first. Her special thanks. I'd like to give thanks to those who never doubted me, to the teachers who gave me wise words of encouragement, and a special thanks to Jamie Adams for being the best teacher, guide, and role model to me, for sparking my interest in nursing, encouraged me to go with what I always dreamed of, and always being there for me. Tatum Terry. We have this guy out of order alphabetically, but Josiah Naha, he will be giving flowers to Shireen, Twyla, Jackie, and Arlene. He started attending SMIS in kindergarten. He likes to draw, listen to music, sleeping, playing basketball and football, and saving the city as your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. His favorite teacher is Mr. Carrier, who's inspired him to read and write more. He says, I plan to carry on his knowledge with me into the next chapters I have. His post-grad plans are to go to NAU and study engineering. His words of wisdom are, turn in your work on time. Don't say I'll do it later. Make as many memories as you can before you graduate because time flies by. Keep your head tall. And a quote from Peter Parker, no one can win every battle, but no man should fall without a struggle. And his special thanks are to my mom that has helped me all the way and encouraged me to do my best. I'm proud of her and her accomplishments. She is the best mom I could ever ask for. I say to you, Mom, have a good day and just do your best. Josiah. Cheyenne Wasita Jake. Cheyenne will give flowers to Pat Wasita, Ernest Jake, Cindy Wasita, and Val Wasita. She started attending here in middle school. She lists volleyball, cheerleading, softball, NHS, honors choir, and student ambassador as interests and extracurriculars. Her favorite teacher story was when Mr. Carrier asked the class, what are the two types of letters in the alphabet? And I confidently answered, uppercase and lowercase. And he said, no, it's consonants and vowels. What are your post-grad plans? Her post-grad plans are to attend NAU, maybe NAU honors. She's looking into studying business. Her words of wisdom are to hang out with your friends and make mistakes because the fun times are what you'll remember. And she says, thank you to all the teachers and staff, especially Mr. Curley for driving me to school in the morning for junior year and to sport events for all 4 years. Thank you to my family for always supporting me, and thanks to my friends for making high school memorable, and now to do it all over again at NAU. Cheyenne Wasita Jake. And now we're in the home stretch. Ratana Yazi. Britannia will give flowers to her mom, Roberta, her dad, Patrick, and her auntie, Lanita, and to both of her grandparents, Rafaelita and Angelo Benali. She started attending SMIS in elementary school. She likes to bake, travel, watch rom-coms, and listen to music, and she was a cheerleader for 3 years. Her favorite teacher influence would be Mr. Carrier. He always gives the best writing advice, always positive, and really helped me grow in writing. She will attend UNM with her major still undecided. Her words of wisdom are to not give up, keep trying, have good time management, and don't walk slow in the hallway. That's good advice, too. Special thanks, I want to give special thanks to my parents, who are the best parents I could ever ask for. Thank you for everything, always being there for me, loving and guiding me through all these years, and I'm so lucky to be your daughter. Love you guys. Ratana Yazi. Congrats to the class of 2024.
With heartfelt gratitude, we conclude the Giving Thanks portion of our program. The expressions of appreciation and love shared by our students have touched our hearts deeply. Thank you, graduates, for sharing your words and moments with us. Now it is time to immerse ourselves in the enchanting melodies of our talented choir. They will be performing a captivating song titled, "I'll Be Seeing You." I kindly request that you direct your attention to our choir. Bravo, students. Let's give these students another round of applause. Without further ado, we begin our diploma presentation. I'd now like to welcome Principal Yazi and Assistant Principal Velma Bigay to present diplomas to the class of 2024.
Our first graduate is Jay Hostine Slinky. Shaylee Allison. Kale Antone. Avery Bigay. Aaliyah Bob. Dylan Bowman. Mahajoni Kloschi. Brandy Delguy. Osceola Denny. Malika Ferreira. Jade Foster. Cameron Hanley. Keith Hubbard. Henry Johnson. Anthony Keita. Cairo King. Kason Leister. Sierra Manuelito. Shayla Myers. Mateo Morfin. Josiah Naha. Anthony Nez. Autumn Shirley. Tatum Terry. Cheyenne Wasetta Jake. Ratana Yazi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for a significant moment in the lives of our graduating seniors. This cherished tradition signifies the official transition of our students from being candidates for graduation to proudly bearing the title of graduated. And fear not, Dominic and I, along with our fellow classmates, will soon step into the role of seniors ourselves. It is my uttermost pleasure to introduce to you Kale Antone, who will guide us through this momentous occasion. Kale, please join us in leading the graduating seniors through the tassel turning ceremony.
You guys ready? You ready? Yay. All right, guys, let's do this. Graduating seniors of 2024, I kindly ask that you all stand and prepare for the symbolic tassel turning ceremony. Now, my dear fellow graduates, this is the moment that has arrived for us to move our tassels from the right side of our caps to the left. This simple yet powerful act represents the accumulation of our journey and signifies our official graduation from St. Michael Indian School. As we perform this ritual, let us remember that our tassels are worn on the left. Let's close to our hearts, serving as a constant reminder of the cherished memories, values, and lessons that we have gained from our beloved alma mater. Now, on the count of 3, we will move our tassels from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now, with great pride and joy, I now proclaim that we are now official alumni of St. Michael Indian School. Congratulations to the class of 2023 on this 2023. Oh, typo. Okay, congratulations to the class of 2024 on this remarkable achievement, and may our futures be filled with success, happiness, and continuing in the pursuit of knowledge. Thank you.
I think you guys can sit. Okay, we wish to express our appreciation to our commencement speaker, Brooke Morin. We extend our sincerest thanks to Brooke for taking the time to be with us today and for sharing your valuable insights. Your presence has enriched our ceremony. We hope you will come visit us again. Please come up to receive your token of appreciation from us. It is now time. It is now my honor to introduce Ms. Dot Tesso, the president of St. Michael's Indian School, who will deliver the closing remarks. Ms. Dot, the stage is yours.
I'm going to also let President speak for just a second, but I just want to share with you all one thought. I'm really proud of you, and I was thinking today of what to say, and I'm trying not to get emotional because some of you guys were cheerleaders when you could barely walk. I'm not going to say that like you couldn't walk, but you were really young cheerleaders. The one who probably made the most impact on me was Jade, because she started cheerleading, and she couldn't even look up. And we kept telling her, Jade, you're going to have to look up. And I think that Avery and Jade and Cheyenne were like, I don't know, Cheyenne came in like a wrecking ball. She was ready. And the other girls that cheered with you guys, I didn't know them as much because they weren't as young. But I have to say that Jade was just so awkward and so unsure about being a cheerleader. It was the cutest thing ever. You remember Jade? And then Miss Renee and I, after COVID, Jade went to COVID, this short little insecure, not sure of herself young lady, but was blossoming. And then after COVID, she gets out of the car and walks down into the garden, and Renee and I are both like, who is that? She had completely changed 100% and ended up, didn't you and Avery co-captain this year, right? Did you guys co-captain, or no, you just, who was the captain? You were? You did it all yourself? Yeah, I feel like Jade was helping you. Somebody, but I want to leave you guys are going to know. I was laughing the other day with a friend of mine, and she said, what do you think the kids will say about you when you're not there anymore? And I said, well, they'll say, the only time we ever heard from her when she was giving us a lecture. And if we went to our office, she's always going to give us the God talk. And so I can't not give you something that has to do with God. And I'm going to say this to you. Sister Amelia's watching. Hi, Sister Amelia. I got your text. I know you're watching. And I think Sister knows that I'm an okay Catholic. I'm not a great Catholic. I'm just work on it every day. And that's okay, you guys, okay? It's okay, because I'm 65 years old. If I can admit that I still have to work on it, you can still work on your faith every day. So I think to help me out, Sister Amelia gave me a calendar of St. Catherine Drexel quotes. And I do keep it on my bookshelf, Sister. I'm speaking out there because I know you're watching. And I read the quote every day. And this is today's quote. I firmly believe that we don't realize the power that is ours in the companionship which is ours. And you know what she was talking about? She was talking about the power of a relationship with Christ. And so I hope that as you walk away from St. Michael's, that not only do you remember the companionships that you've formed with each other and with your teachers and with all the alumni and everybody you'll meet in the future, but most importantly, take God with you. You're going to need him. I promise you. This is my last God talk with you. Unless you come to my office later as an alum, and then I'll give you another one, okay? But congratulations. We love you all. When you're rich and famous, like Caitlin Clark, remember, I said that to you the other night. When you're rich and famous, she gives a lot of money back to her Catholic school. Remember us, okay? and go with God, okay? And now I'm going to let President. He is here. And I'm going to say, hopefully I don't kill your last name. I can't say your first name because I told the seniors it reminded me of the song. You probably know which one. And so they'll all start laughing. And so I told them, don't you dare laugh. And then I'm like, knew they were going to laugh anyway, so I'll just bring it up. But it's Nygren. Is that the right way to say it? Okay. So President Nygren, please come and say a couple of words before we actually close.
Giga hey. Boo, Stasha. Well, I'm going to keep my remarks very brief, as mentioned earlier. Aroda Islands, I get Hen, Kedini, the Anot in Amado, Jado, Gator, Nasanigi, when Galchin, Yego, but Zealand, the East Hado, Beninacha, or Tlumble, Tawasi, the Yen Bahazot Lido, be yet Beninacha. Ah, we Jinshi, who debate the Oslo, Hen, Kedini, the Zaroha, Nakada Alt Taigi, Yego, Shitlin, at any the Ingar Bazaar, Beninacha, be yet. Behan Nihonshita, but Nest Kindo, Dabit Ne Yanagi, Eshi, that Erle, the Caesar, the Quigoshi, Asahondas, Dado, the Quigoshi, and the has the hot end. Ah, we gently and Beltaholo, Eshia does, although Eshi Hoto, Beninacha Hoje, Ultra Beda, Nestle, Hen, Kedini, the Arnot end, Arawash, Dechi, Dr. Boonagran, Touchy, in Slendo, Nats, Ozabas's Chindo, Todachini, the Shichedo, Nats Ozi, the Chanel Arabati Nash, Enigi has Slishni, Lido, Shin, yes, Chindo, not that Touchini, the Bachedo, but at the Ada Banal, Hoto, a stunning Lido, Beninacha, Kejana, Kitadi, Deshigi, Hen, Kedini, Horoshi, Belagani, Ketchotski, a case in the Lashin Kitchen had this Tibininanje, the Neshi Howard and the Has Tat, Hoshi does, Bejo had Nil Rashigana, does Kazashibinache. I often thought they stew given Nachawashi, Horoshi, Chehodol. I just want to first acknowledge that today is Navajo Nation Treaty Day, and I want to say thank you to all of our leaders that have come before us so that we can continue and enjoy today. We acknowledge as a people those who have come before us and secured our freedom, and today we call Navajo as a sovereign nation. And as mentioned in Navajo, thank you to all the leaders here today, from all the way from the president to the esteemed members of the board to the Sisters of the Blessed Sacrament leadership team, the principal, vice principal. Thank you for your dedication. And as I mentioned in Navajo, that every single day that all your teachings were encumbered in God, and that moving forward that they will use that strength as they continue, whether they're alone or by themselves or moving along with a group of people. They know that they'll never be alone as they move on and continue to do great things on behalf of St. Michael's Indian School. So congratulations to the 2024 St. Michael's Indian School. For 12 years, you've endured, whether you're 4 years here or the full 12 years at St. Michael's. You've studied hard. I know some of you have said, don't procrastinate. Some of you have, and that's probably why the words were shared. Don't procrastinate, and really make your life a lot easier by doing your work up front. And through it all, you've showed hard work, determination, and during these challenging times. And a lot of you are going to move on, as mentioned. Some of you are going to be automotive technicians. Some of you are going to be rock star athletes at colleges. And some of you are going to get education that will continue to help you, preserve you, and really make all of us proud as a nation, as the Navajo Nation. So with that, again, thank you for really working hard every single day and using the skills that you learned here at St. Michael's Indian School for everything that you're going to accomplish. They've prepared you. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the strongest things that has really been the fundamental of everything at this institution is that God is with you all day, every day. So continue to use that wherever you go. Use that to strengthen you and really make things happen for your family. And I was reviewing your class motto, right? I really got a kick out of this one. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's Quizlet, there's an A. To really take that to heart. When I was an undergrad, Quizlet was fairly new, so I didn't really rely on it too much. But I know that it's very thorough nowadays, so continue to be resourceful. And as mentioned by a previous speaker, Brooke, I remember Brooke as a high school student, and I would play a lot of rounds of golf with her dad, and now to come see full circle of the things that she has accomplished. We want that for each and every one of you. We want you to continue to be successful. We want you to continue to make our communities proud, make your school proud. And remember, this is something I always tell myself, even it never gets old on me, and it should never get old on each and every one of you. You're more than capable because you have overcome tremendous obstacles as you sit here before this amazing group of family and family members and staff as well. So continue to think about that. Always remember, you're more than capable. Believe in yourself. Believe in who you are. Believe in each and every one of yourself because your community believes in you, and I believe you. Never forget who supported you, because the crowd that makes this exciting and the cheers is your grandparents, your families, your relatives, and those that were mentioned that are not here with us again. Continue to remember their prayers, the things that they have shared with you as they've nurtured you so you could become the beings that you are meant to be as you move forward. So remember, graduations are continue to be held and prayers are built into that. So as you look around today, continue to get each other's phone numbers, continue to support one another, because there's going to be a lot of amazing people in this group. Every cardinal that I've ever met, whether it's at ASU, an undergrad, whether it's from my master's program, and just even working as a professional, cardinals have always been great individuals, and they continue to make their communities proud. So you're going to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, welders, social justices, and future leaders that will continue to make an impact for all of us to really support. So continue to climb that ladder, continue to make yourself very proud, because when you succeed, we all succeed. So the talents and the educations that you're going to bring back to your community and your nation will continue to make us grow stronger and be ever more vibrant. So graduates, the path ahead may not always be easy, but there will be challenges and obstacles, but I have faith in each and every one of you that you have showed, as mentioned, resilience and your ability to overcome. Keep climbing, keep striving, never forget where you come from. Congratulations to the class of 2024. The future is yours. Go out and make it a better place. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the great Navajo Nation.
Thank you, Ms. Dodd and President Bunigrin, for your presence and guidance throughout this program. As we come to the end of our journey together, we would like to conclude with a closing prayer led by Father Peter Short. Now, as we prepare for the benediction, I kindly request that everyone respectfully remove their hats and rise to their feet.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Lord God, your spirit of wisdom fills the earth and teaches us your ways. Look upon these students. Let them enjoy their learning and take delight in new discoveries. Help them to persevere and give them the desire to learn all things well. Look upon these graduates. Let them strive to share their knowledge, their lives, their skills, with gentle patience, and endeavor always to bring the truth to all people. Grant that students and teachers alike may follow Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, forever and ever. Amen. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Before we depart today, please join us in singing the school alma mater located in the program.
Pride.
On behalf of everyone at St. Michael's Indian School, we extend our heartfelt gratitude in your presence and participation in today's momentous occasion, the 74th Commencement Ceremony. Your support and dedication to these exceptional young individuals have made this celebration truly memorable.
For those who joined us via the live stream, we sincerely thank you for being a part of this special event from afar. Your virtual presence means a great deal to us.
As we conclude our ceremony, we kindly request our guests to disperse throughout the parking lot area. The class of 2024 has prepared a balloon release event.
To the graduates of the class of 2024, please rise. With immense pride and admiration, we congratulate each and every one of you on reaching the significant milestones in your lives. We wish you safe travels and a warm return to your homes and loved ones. Once again, thank you for being a part of this unforgettable commencement ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates are going to come back in, and so you guys, we need you to all go ahead and exit and wait outside for them. They're coming back in for a picture and to get their balloons, and then the gym will be open